Here are Lego pieces for this week. All sorts of gears, pulleys, axles, and of course stuff to make levers out of. It's a huge amount of pieces. I can't wait to see what you guys do with it.
Okay guys, it's time to get building. This week, your challenge is to make something that uses gears, something that uses pulleys, something that uses axles, and something that uses levers, okay? For me, I was thinking, wow, that's so many things. But maybe if we keep it all on like a playground theme, we can make something, a lot of little small models, and that will make it easier. First up, I'm gonna make a small little steering car ride for people to play on. So to do that, I'm gonna take maybe blue beams like this, and let's get them stuck together. I'm gonna stick them together using a plank here. Of course, we learned for steering cars that we should use a split axle to make it easier to turn the car. If you use a fixed axle, it will not be easy to turn the car. But here at the back, I'm going to use a fixed axle because the back wheels will not be used to steer. I'm going to take some wheels here, stick them all together. Boy, they are tough, right? And stick it in here like this. Okay. Take another wheel. Okay, so we have our back wheels here. And as I say, on the front, we're going to want to use some split axles. I'm going to bring the car out a little bit longer, maybe, using some black connectors here. And some black connectors here. Just extend it a bit. And this one, try and get that nice and strong. Okay, and we're going to put some other wheels on, but these wheels I'm going to use some yellow connectors because the yellow connectors help us to make a split axle, and a split axle will be good for turning, right? Actually, let's not make it bigger. I don't like how that looks. Let's make a tiny little car for the kids to play on. That'll be a fun little thing to play on. Okay, so we'll take one more wheel. Stick it here. So we have a tiny little turning car, which is using a fixed axle at the back and a split axle at the front. And the split axle means the two wheels can turn at different speeds, which makes it easier to turn our car. Stick that again. Make it look a little bit cool. Maybe put a chair here for someone to sit on. And we can pretend there's a tiny steering wheel there. Okay, cool. So that's our steering car. Turning car. There. And that's our first ride in our playground. Next, I'm going to make something using levers. Now we all know in the playground, the toy that uses levers the most is of course the seesaw. And the seesaw uses a first-class lever. So to make our seesaw, I'm going to start off here with just two white beams. Stick them together like so. Boing. Then I'm going to use, maybe this time I will use our very small arms. Okay. I'm going to use black connectors to stick into our small arms. Like so. To the middle. A little bit more. In here. Looks good. And then two more on the other side. 1 and 2. We're going to use big blue beams up here as the top of our seesaw. And we're going to stick them together using black connectors. and connect them to the seesaw using yellow connectors. So the yellow connector will go in here, get into the top of our small arm, and put one more small arm there. And there we have it. That's our seesaw. You can imagine two little people playing on our seesaw here. Whee! Whoa! Like this. Now, of course, seesaw is a first-class lever. So we have our steering car using axles and our seesaw using levers. Okay. Up next, we need to make something using gears. Now, it's a little bit tricky. I'm thinking, what can I do that's going to use gears that's going to be interesting for children to play on? Maybe we can try to make some sort of moving, spinning toy. Something that's going to turn super fast. Let me think about this here. So, maybe we can start off with two of these together like this. Okay. What I want is something where I can spin here and it's gonna spin super fast over here. So I'm gonna put this here and we're going to build on top of that maybe something interesting. So we'll start off with our axle going in. I'll put base underneath it. Now, can I connect this upside down? Can. Okay, this is interesting. We can make like maybe a roundabout and connect this one in here using, this will be an idle gear. Our idle gear will go there. I see, that's going to be a problem. So that's what it's all about, guys, trying to find out what the problems are in your design. You can see right now the top of my seesaw is catching on the other gears. So to fix that, I'm going to use a bushing to give me a little bit of space. And instead of using clanks, we're going to make the rest of it out of our arms, which have axle connectors. So one here, and some seats for the children to sit on. Playground one there. Let me see here, maybe we'll make like one there and one here. Okay, so that's going to work really well, but I still need to connect it to some sort of a handle. So we're going to connect our handle over here like this, maybe using a big gear, driving this gear. So we will have one more idle gear here. Stick that in like so. And then we're going to put this gear on an axle, using a bushing on the back to keep it all stuck together. Bushing on the top. And then I'm going to put a handle here. So now there's no convenient way to, let's try and do something interesting here. Going, just try to make it easier to actually hold the stick on the ground. Oh, I know how we're gonna do it. This. Okay, so it's maybe not going to be the strongest Lego model ever made, but it should be okay, I think. Hold it here. Okay, let's try and make it stronger. That's no good if it breaks the first time we play with it. Let's make it a little bit stronger if we can. Maybe by doing this. This. There we go. So now you can imagine that's like a seesaw or a roundabout using gears. So you just turn the handle here. It's gonna make the gears turn around like this. I'll stick maybe a bushing very gently on top of that there to hold it all together. Wow! So our playground is coming around. We have a toy using gears, a roundabout using gears. We have a steering car using split axles and a fixed axle. We have a seesaw using a first class lever. And so there's only one more thing to make, and that's using pulleys. What will I make using pulleys? So I have my big pulleys here, and small pulleys here, and I think we're going to make something very quick and very easy. So I just want to use my big pulley as the drive pulley. I'm going to connect it to an axle here, and I'm going to steal my handle back from my roundabout, and I'm going to put the axle on the bottom here and have a small pulley up at the top, with a bushing on the back, connecting those with a red band, which will be in your box, but I've actually left over here by accident. So connect these two models together using a red band or belt. Now, because our drive pulley is big, then our mechanism is going to move very quickly. Now we just need to make it do something. I think this is just going to be a fun, pretty thing, maybe like a fan or something like that. I'm just going to stick that there, that there. Let me turn the handle. It actually, you can see my belt slipped off, so we're going to need to fix that. No problem, actually. It's going to be easy to fix. So put our pulley to the back. And connect like so. Back, and then use a bushing here. So now, see, it works very well. Actually blow a little bit of wind out my face. That's our fan. So our playground is starting to really look great. I want to make the fan stand up on its own, so I'm going to use just two black axles here. So when the kids want to play with it, two black connectors, sorry, they can come play with it. I just stand up, maybe. Like so. And they can come and just blow it back and forth like that. Okay, so that's using our drive pulley and driven pulley, and that is our playground's fan. You see the big drive pulley, small driven pulley. Over here we have our seesaw using a first class lever, nice and simple. The pivot is in the middle, the load and the effort will go on the other two sides. Then we have our roundabout here using a big drive gear, two idle gears, and another big driven gear. And when we turn that, you can see it moves around like so. And then we also have our steering car, which simply uses one fixed axle at the back and a split axle at the front so that it will be easy to turn the car. So guys, that's 4 simple models using the 4 things that we've learned over the last few weeks. I really cannot wait to see what you guys make. Remember to make a video and send it in to us, and we'll be looking at them all next week. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.